Hello everyone, in this video we will cover the camera section in our application. But for this, since the emulators have some problems on both iOS and Android, but Android at least is working a little bit, so we will continue for the camera section with Android emulator. So just open the Android emulator for the camera section and run the app, of course. And when we wait for the running section, let me explain some things. In this video, I will explain the permissions section because to use our cameras, we need to give a permission. And to give a permission, we need to handle the permission. And because of that, first we need to handle permissions section. So for example, here we can see our camera, but it asks for permission, right? For the both camera and microphone, of course. And as I said in the beginning of the video, there are lots of problems for the emulator. So for the camera section, both implementation and testing sections, please use your own camera, the own phone, and implement the camera. I did like this and it works as well. Let's continue with the handling a permissions. Okay. And to handling a permission, we need to start with domain folder. Let's close the others. In the domain folder, we have two folders. First one is camera and second one is microphone. And they are almost same. For example, let's compare them. Here we have camera service and here we have microphone service. The differences is just a name. Okay, so we can compound, but for the tutorial purposes, I just split them. Okay, so let's go to the camera section. Let's start with the camera and let's see what we have. We have firstly camera state changes for the listening to permissions like this. For example, the first state is what? Let's go and see. Here is camera permission granted. Firstly, it is false, so we need to change it, but of course not in the application folder. I just show the permission status class in here. So there is a class which name is a permission status, and it returns some things like permission granted or disabled or whatever it is. Let's see, denied, restricted, limited, and etc. Okay, there are some cases. So apart from that, we use request permission like this. We request it, and if the user denied permanently, then the user must go to the app settings, and because of that we have this function. So let's go to the implementation of it. So that's infrastructure folder. As I said, the microphone service is almost same. Close the domain folder and go to the infrastructure folder, camera section. We have permission package, which name is actually permission handler, and the camera service is also almost same as the microphone. So firstly, let's explain the camera section. In here we have camera variable, which is actually permission. Okay, so with this variable we can reach the status and we can get it as stream, and after that we map it and we check the cases. For example, if the permission status, which is coming from the here camera variable, is if it is granted, then we return permission status not granted, and etc. So apart from the camera state change getter, we have request permission, and we use the same variable in here. We just request it using the camera variable, and finally we just open app settings with this function. No more. It is not a complex service. There are no complex functions. It's so easy. So let's look at the microphone section. Here we just changed the camera section. We in here we say permission.camera, but in here in the microphone underscore service.dart file we just did it like microphone. So almost same, right? Same things. So as I said, for the tutorial purposes I just split them anyway. So we are done for the infrastructure folder, and the final folder is of course application folder. We need to update our state with using domain and infrastructure folders. So let's go to the camera section and let's look at the camera state. So in the camera state, it is not almost same as the microphone one, because I just keep the microphone state as simple. We just need to use permission section. I do not use video property, I just use camera, and because of that I don't need to use microphone. But since the package needs, since the iOS for example needs the microphone section, I needed to implement it. If you want to extend, of course you can. So let's go and look at the camera state. We have cameras, the cameras of the device, okay, front camera, back camera, etc., and size, paths of the taken photo. These sections will be in the next video, okay. In the next video I will start to implement the camera section. I will start to explain, because we have already completed the application. So anyway, we have is in progress section and is camera permission granted. So in here we have two options. If the camera permission granted, we return true, but if is camera permission not granted, then we return false. So to do that, we go to our qubit and we are listening with using stream subscription. We have service, which service, camera service. Using the camera service, we get the camera state change scatter here on each stream. Then we listen, we split it as a function as the out and chat ones. So in here we just update our state. For example, if the permission is granted or limited, then we update our state as true. It means we give a permission. But if it is denied or is restricted, so we need to request permission one more time. For example, if the user open the camera section again, and in here again we check if it is granted or limited, we update as true. But again, if the user still do not give a permission for the camera, then we update it as false. And for the else section, we need to open app settings, and that's it. For the other functions, for example, get cameras of the device and etc., the other things will be in the next video. We need to split the videos. And the final thing is close. Since we use stream subscription and we are listening to subscription, we need to close the subscription, and that's it for the camera permission section. So let's try some things, okay? We just glance at the code, but right now we need to look at the application. For the first scenario, let's give a permission, okay, and see the camera. For example, but of course, if the emulator will not give the problem any error, so let's give the permission only this time. And yeah, it do not ask for the microphone section, but okay, let's go to the app settings for this to fix it, because as I said, I have already run the app settings and all apps. Yeah, here Flutter production app permissions, here no permission allowed, ask every time for the camera, not allowed microphone. So let's change it here and let's go to the app. Where's our app? Here. Go and select the camera. It asks for the microphone finally, only this time. And yeah, that's it. So there is no problem for the permission section right now. There's a problem for the camera section. And since we use emulator, it gives a problem, but as I said in the beginning of the video, please use your own device to get rid of these problems. So if you want to move, you can do such things. What things? Camera page, and let's change it and save. So we have button, we have some things changed, and let's refresh. Come on, let's do it as one. Yeah, here we can access our camera, but as I said, there were some problems. So anyway, here we have a dog, and here we have a cat. So I'm a dog person, and because of that I choose the dog, and let's capture it. But after we capture, we cannot move because of the emulator. But if we use the front camera instead of back, like this, okay, come on, use the other one, change it, yeah, here. So here we have front camera, and after we capture like this, okay, there is an image. Okay, it works as well, don't worry about it. Just because of the type of the image, I think there's a problem, unable to load asset problem, but do not care this problem because of the in the real devices it works as well. So let's imagine we have an image in here. Actually we have, but anyway, so after we click send button here, then we have some chats that we are included. This part of the camera section will be in the next video. So in this video we covered the permissions section, and the next video I will start to handle the camera sections step by step, and after that we will complete our series. We will complete all the necessary screens, and because of that we will complete our application. But the most difficult section is the camera section, I think, so be careful about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like the video. Please share this video to other developers and stay tuned. Goodbye.